Hi folks, welcome back. I had a little mishap here and I wanted to be able to tell you how I got to this point. The camera kind of fell over on me and I wasn't able to retrieve any of the information that I had put on before. What we did is, you saw it with the nose going straight across, so what we did was cut on either side of the nose, okay, on both sides. Then after we cut that out, then I cut the bottom part of the nose out a little more down and around, that it would be a little bit more of a distinction between the face and the nose. Then I took two line cuts down this way, but then I also drew our beard all the way around, because the Amish folks don't have a mustache. This is going to be like the lip area right here. So what we did was we rounded both sides off and then put our beard in, and then cut these two lines in for the cheeks. Alright, so that's where we ended up. I guess we had 2 minutes in the tape, in the last tape, on how to do all this. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a little line here and we're just going to have a smiling Amishman here. Okay. Most of them are fairly friendly, so especially in Lancaster County they are. Okay, so we'll have him smiling. So what we're going to do is we're just going to put a little bit of an indentation on either side, and one on the bottom. Alright. The nose, we're going to push the nose in a little further underneath that hat. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. Round that nose up a little bit, take off that ugly bandsaw marks. One thing I did explain on the other video, and I should repeat it for you. When you cut out a face on a bandsaw, you can cut the nose out and everything else, but I did it with this one just to save me a little time in cutting around. But when you do it, leave some room from the top of the nose, from underneath the hat to the top of the nose to where the beard starts, because then you can do a little bit of a nose. You have a little more room to put your cheeks in if you want your cheeks to be puffy and coming out, and that kind of thing. So if you do it that way, you have a little more wiggle room to carve what you want to carve. Okay, so that's pretty well where we want the Amish guy to be right now, just like so. All right, and then we're going to cut this in further. This is not in far enough, so we're just going to start shipping some of this out and around. It's very important, folks, that keep your knives nice and sharp. It makes it a pleasure to carve if they're sharp. If they're dull, it's a very frustrating hobby. It can be, okay? So what you want to do is you just want to kind of, we're just going to round this up a little bit further. And the other thing I'm going to do here, if I can show you, we're going to just kind of round off that edge from that beard. Okay, all the way around. We're going to put a nice little beard in there. We're going to put some lines in and stuff, you know. But with the face, it was fairly simple. It's not real difficult to do. You just have to take it step by step. You wanna, because he's like a no-see-ums. I do a lot like that. I think it's easier, and I think the pieces look a little cuter sometimes without the eyes. And what you're going to do is you're going to just have this beard. We're going to round this up a little bit more, and I'm just going to kind of scoop this out a little bit more because they kind of have it pointy. Alright. Alright, So that's our little Amish guy's face, and we're going to start on the body here in a little bit and get that done. I took the liberty of, I'll finish up the hat, we'll go back to it. I'm fairly happy with how the face worked out, so we're going to go from there. We're going to go down here to the body. There's more to cut out down here and stuff, but here's where the midway is on him. Okay, right there. So what we're going to do, we're going to first cut out, I already pre-cut the arms. What you want to do is just cut them out. You're going to do a stop cut, and then you're going to go back and you're just going to cut some of that out. You're going to round this out a little bit towards his head. Alright. But you want to definitely distinguish where that arm is going to be. Alright. You're going to put it on either side. Alright. The other thing we're going to do, which I should have done, I'm going to cut his legs in a little bit, inward. Yeah, this piece of wood's a little tougher than I like, but sometimes it's okay. I'm going to wet it again here I'm just going to go in a little ways here. I'm not really going to separate the legs, they're going to be together, so we're going to kind of do it this way. We're going to separate his feet, but nothing else, okay? Now we're going to just have his pants there, and we'll put all the other stuff in. Alright, so we're just going to chop this out and head towards the center. Try to determine where your arms are going to be. We're going to cut that out a little bit. So what you want to do is you want to do the back and the front. And you're just going to follow this out, you know, a little ways. And then we'll put the arms in. But you're just going to start rounding them up a little bit all over the place. Front and the back, and try to take the same amount off everywhere. See, it's just like here, I didn't do all that, so kind of just chop that out. Alright, same thing here, you're just going to head it towards the beard here. That's going to be more distinct a little bit later. A couple of things I'm going to do there yet. I'm definitely going to use that water and alright. What a difference when you do that. Alright, so we're going to keep going here. Let me get another knife here. That might just be a little bit dull too, so been using that knife for a while. Okay, and we're going to scoop them up to there. And same thing with the back of the head. Now, the head I didn't quite tell you with the top up here. I'll be back with our next section in a couple minutes.